name is Osai Tresomokaro. I do well to welcome you to the month of February 2022. 2022 came just like every other year with a lot of pomp and pageantry. Today, 1 month is out of it, and I'm sure a lot of us came up with some audacious goals, and there are aspirations, there are dreams that we want to achieve. So I just want to welcome you to the second opportunity to reappraise, because at January, everybody set goals, everybody come up with dreams. That hair of starting afresh is there. Now 30 days is gone. And some of us will begin to look back, some energies with which we started seems to have dissipated, but I came today to just encourage us and to share a few tips that I believe could help us run this year with some level of energy. I'll just be talking about some tips on leadership. Sometimes when we hear the word leadership, I was chatting in the WhatsApp group yesterday and somebody was talking about the kind of leadership we need in our country, Nigeria. And I use the word, I'm sure when you talk about today's leadership, you're talking about you and I. Why did I talk about this? Because most times when people talk about leadership, they're thinking about those sitting in places of authority. But to be frank, we are all leaders in one space or the other. Of course, that's not to take away the fact that the president is more influential than I am on my little space. But the truth is, if we all can begin to lead within the sphere of influence where we are operating, the time comes where we begin to get a wider space to do what we are doing in our small space. So today I'll just be sharing some of these tips that I believe could help us. First, remember, you must lead yourself right. That's why none of us can claim not to be a leader. Because what is leadership? If I'm to define leadership in one word, I will say influence. I will use words like decision. Every day these are things that we all do. You woke up this morning, you felt like continuing your sleep, you had a decision to make, you decided to influence yourself to go about your business the way you're doing today. So you can't really excuse yourself from the leadership that we're talking about. But the way it works is that you must first lead yourself right. Because in leading people, understand something, people are watching you. Gone are the days where you tell people, do what I say and not what I do. Leadership today is people watching to see how you lead yourself, how you conduct yourself, how you do what you're supposed to do as opposed to what you like to do. Because there's a difference between doing the right thing and doing what you want to do. Most of the times, what we want to do is not always the right thing. How you take your decision, the people you are leading, the team you are building, they are watching. The business you are building, the people that are looking up to you are watching. So how you lead yourself matters a lot. And secondly, you must lead by example. You must lead by example. You don't just tell people what to do. Every one of us, we have our goals set for the year. The year has a lot of demands on our shoulders. It's not enough to detail out what people should do. You must lead them by what you do. You must become the motivation for the team. Don't ever anticipate or expect that people will take up the roles that you have for them when you are not taking up your role. You have a very, very robust responsibility to ensure that you motivate the people by the way you do your own thing, by the examples you set. If you say we must resume work by 8, they must come to work by 8 and meet you there. If you think that, these and these are the things we need to do today, they must come and meet you already doing it, or you already setting the place for the work to start going on. Then tip number 3, you must genuinely care for the people you lead. You must genuinely care for the people you lead. Someone begins to wonder, why are we talking about leadership? I thought you were trying to encourage us in February. Yes, the truth is, the bulk of work that needs to be done this year. For some of us, it's not something that you can do alone. Yes, leadership starts from you, but it has to migrate into influencing others, galvanizing the love, the collaborations of community, of people around you, staff, friends, loved ones, and well-wishers in achieving the dream that you have set for yourself. If it's something that you can do alone, I don't think it's a big task. If the idea is lofty enough to be qualified as a dream, I can assure you, you need to build a team. And that team needs to be motivated. So some of the tips we're sharing today are the things that will help your team remain motivated, remain business-like, so they can deliver value. Then fourthly, you must lead from the front. You must lead from the front. If you study the Bible in the Bible days, the kings are always in front when it's time for war. Till date in the military, the generals lead from the front. So you can't detail what has to be done and you're never found. That's why the salaries and the pay schedules of the bosses are always higher, even though you don't see them at the nitty-gritty, but they are at the forefront of galvanizing how things get to be done. So you must be seen leading and leading from the front. And finally, you must also lead from the back. You come to the front to set the goal, set the agenda, and drive the process. Then you come behind, encouraging others to execute value. I trust that 2022 has a whole lot in store for all of us, but we must give it what it deserves. 2022 is a blank space. It's a blank slate. We've documented, for those of us that have taken the details, the pains to put down our goals, we've only started on the right path. For the rest of us who have not done that, it's not too late. You can determine when your year starts and just run your 12 calendar months from wherever. In fact, if you take some of our courses and some of our trainings on goal setting, you will know that you really don't need to do your goals on a yearly basis. You can determine your 90-day cycle, create your goals, and run with it. I trust that 2022 we will meet at the end of it and we will have reasons to celebrate, but only those that choose to do what needs to be done. Sometimes what needs to be done is not always convenient. You can't be successful just lying down on your seat of convenience. You must challenge yourself. You must stretch yourself. When you hear people use the words like "God so for me" and all of those things, what it means is that you have chosen to have some sleepless nights and now they can begin to see results. And based on those results, they are not asking for you to share tips and guides on how you are getting things to happen. So let's do it 2022. This is just February. We still have 11 months ahead of us. Let's not allow those months just go by like that. Welcome you to February 2022.